Hi, Chad here with Purple Collar Life. You can see it's a cold one out today. It's just about 20 degrees. But I want to show you something I picked up last night after dark. Firewood. As you saw from the thumbnail, behind me is $40 worth of firewood. This is that really good firewood that I bought the second time last winter. It's primarily oak, usually red oak, but it's beautiful firewood. I had one hang up about it last year that almost made me not buy it, and that's the length of the wood. These pieces average about 24 inches long, and I was worried that that was going to be too long for me to fit in the wood burner, that I'd have to take each one, cut off some of the length of it, maybe up to 5-10 inches in order to fit it in the wood burner. But I'll show you later on in the video why that 24 inches actually worked out to be really good for me. But like I said, $40 worth of firewood. This is an F350 truck. I've got a 6 3/4 foot bed, so it's the short bed, but it's 6 3/4 feet. I have this full about 6 feet. Our width of the truck bed is about 5 feet. A little bit more than that because you can see the wood can stack there into the edges, but we'll call it 5 feet. And then we're just about 2 feet tall. So total, this is about 60 cubic feet of wood, which we know is over 1/4 of a cord, because a full cord is 128 cubic feet. All seasoned, mostly oak, great hardwood for $40. Wanted to show you a comparison why I was worried. So here's a piece of firewood I cut, almost exactly 16 inches. I made a video on how I cut my wood 16 inches easy and free. I'll put a link to that up above. But here's the piece I cut in comparison to this wood I bought. You see theirs is just a little bit over 24 inches, and that's pretty much how the majority of this wood is. It's longer pieces. It's a mix of rounds and split wood. But like I said, this is really good firewood. I believe $40 is a great deal for this. I wanted to buy another set here just to show you. So $40 fills up the bed. You know, it's funny. I was talking to the guy and he said a lot of people pull in with a truck, maybe even a truck and a trailer, and say, I want to get a cord of wood. And they underestimate how much a cord of wood is. What I bought is 1/4 cord. Now he always gives more than the actual amount because he wants to make sure he's not shorting anybody. But you can see this is a lot of firewood for $40. And his prices are very good because a half a cord is $80, a full cord is $160. So you get that same kind of bulk pricing even down to 1/4 of a cord for $40. So the reason I thought originally that I wouldn't be able to use this wood that's so long is because I knew it would be too long to go in the stove lengthwise. So I was thinking I was going to have to cut it originally, and that would of course be more handling of the wood. But then what I discovered is, you know, I've always done the wood front to back in my stove. I'm not sure why, that's just how I've always put it in the stove. But the wider wood does fit widthwise in my stove. I just need to put it in the door and then kink it to the side, and you can see it goes right in there. So I'm curious, if you could leave me a comment down below, do you guys put your firewood in your stove front to back or side to side? I've found that it's nice to be able to use these nice long 24-inch pieces, just put them in side to side. So don't forget to leave that comment down below. Do you go front to back or side to side? So I'm going to be using the John Deere 2210 with the front bucket. We'll load this into the bucket. It'll take a couple trips. But I want to get this down in the basement and stacked so that this wood is in the basement ready for me to pull from. It's only going to get colder here in Northwest Pennsylvania over the next few days. I want to make sure I have good wood in the house to burn. And then I'll mix some of that freshly split junk wood in with it. This oak will burn right along with that junk wood to make sure we've got a good hot fire going on these cold days. Want to get this wood out of the truck today because when Mackenzie goes to work tonight, there's a chance it could be some snowy roads, so we may take the truck to pick her up. She's been working 3:30 to 7:30. It's her first job. She's only done it a couple weeks. Already got a raise, which I think is pretty amazing. If you're wondering why are we buying wood, you've seen us splitting a lot. I think this is just too good of a deal to pass up. It's mostly oak. It's been seasoning for 3 to 5 years. Really good wood. And I found that even though I probably wouldn't cut these quite as long, it's actually nice to have some of these longer pieces to throw in to the fire. If I can get one row out of the bed of the truck on my loader, then it'll take me 3 trips. Look at that cool piece of the stump. Hopefully that'll all stay in place for us to get it to the basement door. Well, I've got this one row left to load here into the bucket, haul around to the back of the house and carry into the basement. I made a pretty nice stack there in the basement. Really happy again with this $40 purchase. $40 worth of fun, really. It's nice to see this nice old seasoned oak. I like the longer cuts. As long as I'm not the one that's having to cut them and stack them in those links, it actually works out pretty good. So again, if you haven't already, leave a comment down below. Do you stack the wood in your fire burning stove front to back or side to side? I'm anxious to see how this survey turns out. And if you like videos like this, give us a thumbs up, comment down below, and please share with your friends, anybody who's into firewooding, outdoor rural living, tractors. Maybe they'd like Purple Collar Life too. We'll see you again the next time. Well, my stack actually got over head level, so I started a second row there. I don't like to stack it much over head height or eye height. You can see a couple of things here. You can see how the air does get under those logs even when they're side to side and not front to back. That was always my concern. I thought if they were side to side, the air would get trapped at the front edge and not able to get underneath the logs, but they do really well. The other thing you can see here is that catalytic combustion in effect, how those flames just come kind of off the top of the logs, burning the gases. Some people ask how that works scientifically. I do not have that answer, but I know I really like it.